So, what's going on, everybody? Today is September 9th, 2018, and literally Sunday just started, and we're about to look in the markets right now. I haven't even looked at it. I'm literally starting literally right now, but I'm really excited to be able to actually get into the markets again this week. The account's sitting nice, and my goal is to be able to help your account sit nice as well. Literally, we do this all for free, and like I promise you, my goal is to be able to leave this earth uh, to have people um, like share information, um, like where people remember me based upon um, what information I've been able to actually help them gain, and what they spread, as far as being able to help other people with the information that I've been able to help them with. Something along the lines of that. So here's the thing, guys. You could be able to actually gain all of my information straight from my YouTube. Literally started this about a month and a day ago, and I think we're getting pretty good traction. We have close to 10,000 views already, close to 300 subscribers, and this is just the beginning. Again, my goal is to be able to really just help people learn this world of Forex, and believe me, this is just the beginning of my ideas. They're all written down. I already have this step by step. And if you guys follow me along this journey, and really take the time to really understand this is just the stepping stone to be able to gain a lifestyle that I have imagined, not just for myself, but for a lot of other people as well, that are willing to be able to do whatever it takes to learn this now, to be able to gain capital to do everything else that I have planned for you guys in the future. So this is just the first stepping stone. So just know that. All right. So if you're just getting on here for the very first time, but I'll definitely suggest go ahead and click on the subscribe button. Right after you click on the subscribe button, there's going to be a little bell that's going to pop up right next to it. Click that as well, so that anytime that I'm going live, it'll alert you. Anytime that I put out a new video, it'll alert you. Anytime that I do anything, it'll alert you. So there's Sundays this week in the markets where I explain to you literally what I believe is going to happen within this week or this month or even today, right? And so you can be able to take action on that and actually get paid. On literally one of the videos, Sundays this week in the market, episode number 2, somebody made $2,500 that day. If you guys have any stories of money that you've been able to make, please let me know. Send it to me through my Telegram. You can be able to get Telegram information by going on to any description for any of the videos. You'll be able to actually get that Telegram information and add into there. It's like a group a group area where you're able to actually get information. Another way that, and mind you, you can be able to click it over here as well. I forgot. Another way that you can be able to gain our information is by going to our Facebooks. We actually have a Facebook. We have about 2,000 people on this Facebook, and you can be able to actually send in your videos onto here as well. And literally all of the information can be able to actually be gained from our Facebook as well. And another way that you can be able to actually win a one-on-one with me is actually by going to this beginner section. You can be able to start out if you're brand new, never heard about Forex before, go into the intro portion right here where I explain to you how to be able to actually, open an account and, just understand what Forex is. The next section is going through the basics. The next section is showing you a simple strategy to get into your trades by yourself. And then from there, it goes into the advanced section. The advanced section is for people that, been in the markets for a little bit and really want to expand. So go into your mindsets. Soon I'm going to be putting up different, different people sharing their stories, their testimonies in here, but professionals, okay? And then over here, setting up your charts to make them look clean. And then from here, chart breakdowns where I literally go in depth on each chart, which is what I'm about to do right now. So what we're going to start out with is the DXY. So the DXY is a dollar index. I always start out with the dollar index because the thing is, it almost has a majority stake based upon all the other pairs that that I focus on when it comes to gold, when it comes to EURUSD, AUDUSD. The only one that doesn't really have effect on is GBPJPY, but USDJPY and GU have an effect on it, and that's why, you know, like I prefer GJ, because I like the drastic moves that it takes. Okay, and then from there we go to USDJPY, and then USD CAD, and then it's actually been, you know, pretty fun with me as recently, as far as going over to Bitcoin. I've been having a lot of fun with Bitcoin. So so this is what we're going to go over today, and, you know, hopefully, you know, as we go through this, you'll be able to actually gain a lot of information like this video right now, if you can be able to hear me. And if anything, any point in time, leave a comment. Okay, so starting out with DXY. So what we have here is the fact that DXY has kind of been in an uptrend when it comes to the weekly time frame. What I do see, maybe if I'm not mistaken, I do got to check this real quick, from point A to point B. If I'm not mistaken, so point A to point B, price almost gets to 38.2, so it doesn't really. So I guess you could be able to put, you know, point B up here, and price got to 61.8, and I think it's going to be this is just like price looking to get even higher. Okay, so that's based upon the weekly time frame. This is going to be a continuation of the uptrend. Now we see on this weekly time frame that price has engulfed this candle right here, right? So this may be the indication that price may be heading towards this 38.2 level based upon the daily time frame, or even lower, maybe even lower, probably into this weekly key level. Okay, and mind you, we actually have a video on our page. If you were to actually go to this section, in the advanced section, if you were to go to where it says sneak peek of the You Are the Indicator course, I actually have a video explaining the monthly and weekly key level right in here, right? So this is actually a big deal, and I definitely encourage you to get into this as well. Okay, so what we do now is we're going to go down to the daily time frame, and I see that price, so point A to point B, we see that price, like, I'm pretty sure it's heading to this 38.2 level. Right now it's at this monthly key level, and it's been hovering over here for a little bit now. And definitely, if price ends up anywhere lower than this, I would suspect that price will get to this 38.2, or probably even lower than that. Okay, so I'm going to just go to the 4-hour time frame, and we do see that price has broken structure right here. And what I mean by breaking structure, I mean the fact that price has found a new low. In this area. Price has picked up to, if anything, just create a lower high, and then, if I'm not mistaken, I think it will continue to head onto the downtrend movement based upon the H4 time frame. So it's not like a high time frame like the weekly. It's a lower time frame, but it's still significant, because the H4 is actually pretty significant. Okay, so I see price based upon the DXY probably going down to the 94. So why is that important? Well, because the fact that if the US dollar is going down, then probably XAU will probably start heading up. And as you can see, price started heading up a little bit. And let's see where price is at currently. So mind you, this blue line right here is a monthly trend line, and I can tell it's a monthly trend line based upon just the way that I draw my charts. There's any blue that's thick like this, it's a monthly trend line. And what I would definitely suggest to you is to make sure that your charts are clean, and you can be able to find a video right here where I'll actually explain to you how to be able to make sure that your charts are clean, and stuff like that right here. So I'll definitely suggest to go ahead and watch that video as well. All right, so going back to gold. So right now we do see a downtrend forming on gold. Now, well, this is one thing that I would definitely want you to understand. Just because you know the dollar's going down doesn't mean specifically that that you know, like, gold is going to go up, or EUR is going to, you know, go up, or anything like that. That doesn't really specifically mean that. Okay, it just you know, you can be able to find a correlation. Okay, so right now price is hovering on top of this trend line that was formed right here, right? So let's go down to the lower time frame, see what's going on. So um, so right here, we'll be looking for just small movements. If price here, this is all I'm going to be able to say when it comes to gold right now. If price breaks through on top of here, then I see price breaking through this area, bouncing off this level right here, and then continuing its way to the upside. Let's go ahead and do this. So mind you, I have this green box right here because I saw the fact that from point A all the way up here, it hasn't created a lower high as of yet. And price has to create a lower high at some point in time. Well, it should, it most times does. So I wouldn't be surprised price will continue up to this level right here. So as far as a trade that I could be able to be looking for right now, I don't see one right now. But that's where I believe price will head towards in the future. So let's go over to EURUSD, right? So what we see here is point A, point B. Price got to 38.2 over here. So now we're at the same exact area, right? And point A, point B, price got to this 38.2 area, which is the same area that price has been struggling with for a while now, getting through the supply and demand zone right here. Okay. And price is literally sitting on top of it. There was a small gap that just got filled. If anything, long term, I still see a downtrend on the long term based upon the weekly time frame, right? But like I said, a couple weeks back, I saw price head down and then push up to this weekly and then continue on this way down. Let's go to the hour time frame to see how everything is forming. So yeah, price is literally struggling to pass this area right here, as you can see. Price is really struggling to pass this area right here, right? And for me to do any type of sales, if anything, right now is actually a good area to buy, because the thing is, and mind you, this is based upon a small intraday type trade. If price breaks anywhere, down here, like your risk is only, about 20 pips. Am I saying to buy right now? That's not what I'm saying. But in this type of situation is where, low risk, high reward, because the thing is, my take profit would be probably somewhere in this area to head back up into this area right now. But because we do see the fact that because if anything, it did break structure heading up, and then it broke structure again heading down. So right now, when it comes to EURUSD, there's nothing really that I can be able to say, hey, listen, this is what I see. Literally just been in this area, and there's no real indication like this is where price is going right now. So it's just in a funny area. Okay, so let's go to AUDUSD. We're gonna go to the daily time frame. From this daily time frame, we see price heading down, which is great. So hopefully you're still in the sell. I think I'm up 200 pips on this one. Price continue to push down here. Let's see, point A here, point B. Yeah, it hasn't even got to 38.2 as of yet. So all I see is sells in this area now. As far as selling right now, I wouldn't do it right now, because it's just been a downtrend for a while. I'd wait for price to push up at some point in time and then head it's on its way down. Now GJ, now this one I'm actually in right now. I am up 70 pips if I'm not mistaken. So what we see here, point A, point B, point C, 61.8. Beautiful. Right, that's based on the daily time frame. Now, the H4 time frame. What we see is the fact that price pushed down, pushed up, and if I was to put point A right here, point B right here, the bottom here, we see that price gets to about this 50% level right here. And then based upon the hour time frame, right, 50%. Based upon this hour time frame, price still respects this level, doesn't pass it specifically to be able to call it like a broken structure or something like that. Let me just go ahead and take this off here. Based upon this, so I literally got in at the top of that area right here. So 78.6. So all I see is a continuation to the downside. Now this red dotted line right here is where we really need price to break through. If price breaks through this area, it'd be beautiful. Because the thing is, it's showing that there's more sellers in the market than buyers based upon, probably a good time frame like the H4 time frame. As you can see, there's a lot of sellers exhaustion over here. And then this candle right here shows you, that price is looking to continue on its way down. So the thing is, I would wait probably to the London session to really start kicking off to see, more momentum to the downside. But as far as like a sell, like this is what I see based upon this time frame right here. But once price breaks through over here, I see price heading towards this 147.77 area, and fairly quickly, at least, right? And this would be actually pretty exciting when it does that, honestly, because that's going to be, a pretty good amount of pips. So let's go to UJ. All right. So what we see on UJ, let's go to the daily time frame. We see a whole bunch of consolidation. That's what we do see. We do see a whole bunch of consolidation, but this consolidation is actually good because the thing is, you see that there's a lot of movement to the upside, and then price literally just stalled in this area for about, I think it's been like 6 weeks or so. And I do see a continuation to the downside. And the thing is, like, if it does continue this way to the downside, like, it'll be a whole bunch of pips over time. Let's go over to the H4 time frame and see what we have specifically. So let's do this. Point A, let's take everything off. Right. So point A, point B, right? Point C, 50%. You see these candles right here, boom, 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 like a heartbeat over here, right? Good indication that price will continue its way to the downside, being the fact that price is broken structure right here. See this red line right here? Price is broken structure. I see this, retest of that broken structure area, and then, continuation to the, not really retest of the broken area, because the retest would be right here, but just the fact that it pulled back, and I think it will continue to the downside. Let's go to the 2-hour time frame. And once I saw that this candle, mind you, I saw it based upon the 15-minute candle, but either way, once you see a candle like this forming based upon like a 2-hour time frame, a bearish engulfing pattern engulfing something like this, that shows you a good indication that the sellers are more active in the market, especially when the fact that it's next to a price reversal zone like 61.8 or 50%. Okay, so let's go over to the 1-hour time frame. And what we see, this is actually what I'm talking about, like this candle type right here. Very, very nice candle based upon going close to this, this green line right here, 61.8, right, just so you're able to see it. Right, 61.8 right there. I got it on my sell, beautiful, right? And I see price continuing its way to the downside. Most likely when, again, when what am I saying? Most likely when London opens up, that's when we'll be able to happen. Based upon this 15-minute time frame, you see this very, very nice candle pulls back, and I actually entered in right here. This is where I entered in at, right after it pulled back. Because once I saw price shoot down like that, I'm like, okay, it's gonna pull back up, and I just waited. 61.8, 78.6 area, beautiful. Right here, it's literally doing the same exact thing, right? You see a broken structure based on the 15-minute time frame, which is perfect. And right after this candle closes, or the next one, I see the continuation starting. Right now it's at 61.8. Now, if price breaks through this area right here, mind you, we're on the 15-minute time frame. If price breaks through on the upside, past this area, then I'll probably wait a little bit. But if we see another bearish engulfing pattern, I think that would be a good indication that the sells are starting to continue. So that's UJ, and let's look at UCAD. Man, this freaking UCAD, bro. What's crazy is I have my take profit right here based upon a small, like, little trade that I don't even know why I'm in. Small intraday trade. And the reason why I'm in that trade is because you see price shoot up. And mind you, like I'm still mad about this because, you know, I got in my buy over here, right? Small stop loss because, you know, if price didn't, you know, pass this area right here. If price passed this area, then I was like, whatever. I think I lost 10 pips or something like that. And my take profit was here, here, and here, right? Price continued to push down, and I just didn't trade UCAD at all. And then it got to this trend line over here, and then literally started shooting up. I'm like, man. And it literally hit my take profit, which is unfortunate. That I wasn't in. All right. So what I do see is the fact that, all right, price hasn't got to 38.2 yet, right? So point A, point B, price, you know, stalled in this area. And I see price getting to 38.2. So let's go down to the 8-hour time frame. See this is a little closer. So I entered in around this area right here, right? Price pushed up, pushed down, pushed up, pushed down, pushed up. I was like, oh man. And then, you know, started pushing down, and it literally almost, like, you know, it's a good amount of pips away from my take profit, but I'm still in this. I have my take profit, my stop loss pretty close because I'm not really like too thirsty about this trade. It's only like 70 pips, but you know, 70 pips out. So Bitcoin. Now this has been my fun. Okay. So what we see here is the fact that price pushed up and pushed down hard. And you know, like, I got this idea in my mind. I'm like, you know what? I might as well just, you know, trade this from level to level. And that's what I did. So if you were to look at my last chart breakdown, I literally go over how I got 100 pips literally in 1 minute. I would definitely go ahead and check that out. You'd be able to actually go into session number 3, where I explain about that. I think it's in the last chart breakdown that I go over. I literally explain to you literally how in seconds, for real, and I'll show you everything. Yeah, so this one right here, chart breakdown number 36. I explained to you how I was able to do everything I did that day. So what's crazy is the fact that I literally did the same exact thing, right? And for the sells, right, it didn't catch the sell as of yet. But what's unfortunate is I didn't do the buy portion. And I was like, mind you, I was in the car. I'm like, let me just do a buy. And then I forgot. And then it pushed up, you know, strong. And I'm like, I need to just stay pretty consistent when it comes to this, because it's like almost guaranteed. Like, this is 80 pips, like within seconds that you actually make. And I'll actually show you more in detail how I set up those red lines and stuff like that in this video. So I suggest to go ahead and check that one out. So what we see here is the fact that, you know, price pushed up, and I just see a continuation of the downside move for Bitcoin. I'm literally in a trade right now. It's like been going up and down, up and down, up and down, because it caught this area and it didn't go all the way down to this area right here. So when it comes to Bitcoin, I just see a continuation to the downside. And what's pretty interesting is, here's the thing, right? If price breaks through, and I know there's a whole bunch of lines and it may look kind of like a lot, but I need these here. I'm sorry. So if anything here, let me just do this. USDC. I want you to be able to see. All right. So BTC, Coinbase, let's do. All right. So based upon this, and mind you, this is like a big deal. What I'm about to talk about right now. So this area right here, if price breaks through, and mind you, you see how this, here, let me scroll in a little bit. See how this right here correlates with this right here? Well, what's the next low after that? Over here. Right, the next low is sort of that one, but I'm going to just go a little lower. Let's say this one right here. So if price, and this is just speculation, you know, I could be completely wrong. If price breaks through this right here with a nice bearish candle, they'll probably retest that area and then literally shoot down to 3,200. if it does anything like that, right? And then if it does it even more, then it'll continue to this downside move right here, and you see price tests here and tests there, and then there's a whole bunch over here as well. And I literally charted up the entire thing, like the entire thing, just in case. Where I'll just get I'll just milk the entire thing, right? So what I would definitely suggest is anytime I do anything about Bitcoin, just watch it. It may help out a bit. Okay. So greatly appreciate your time, guys. What I would definitely suggest is to set the alarm. You know, anytime that I'm doing something, you know, subscribe, set the alarm, because when I say something, I promise you, like it's something that you can be able to actually start making money with literally right now. Um, so right now, see, here's the thing when it comes to the markets. A lot of people think, oh, you know, every single time, you know, like we look at the market, you be able to actually put out a trade. That's not the case. See, the thing is, some people have this mindset where they're like, okay, I'm gonna spend 30 minutes. I'm gonna spend these next 2 hours trading, and it's like, what? That's like I get what you're saying, but what I want to let you know is the fact that if there's no trades available, you're not trading. You know, so you got to have the mindset where what you're looking for is for, you know, pushes in the market. You're looking for this, like I call it the if then setup, and I actually go through that when I do my course. So if this happens, then you're looking for this, right? You can't be looking for this if something hasn't happened yet. That's when you lose money. All right. So I greatly appreciate your time. And believe me, guys, like you guys are the backbone of this company. And the reason why I'm saying that is because if it wasn't for you guys plugging in and watching this content, you know, I wouldn't be doing this, you know. So believe me, I greatly appreciate all you guys' help. Go ahead and like this, like this video real quick, just to show some type of support. Also, you know, I want to know your questions. Go ahead and comment. And also, what I do want to say is, you know, share this with other people, because the thing is, like, I'm pretty sure other people are searching for this type of stuff. And you know, like if it wasn't for you guys sharing and, you know, like sharing this to other people, I wouldn't be able to actually build this community with you guys. So believe me, you know, the only reason why I really want to put out this information is because I truly care. It's changing the game for me. And, you know, I just want to thank you guys so much for being a part of this community. So until next time, let's become an FX Pro now. Let's get it and watch another video right now. All right. Just keep on watching more videos. All right. See you soon.